Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Jon.
I'm Claire.
This is Many a True Nerd, and welcome to Government Simulator. We're hoping there's not a horrendous echo.
Yeah, the chat says there's a horrendous echo.
Oh, for fuck's sake, we tested this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn Claire off. Okay, so that's how we're doing this, ladies and gentlemen. I've put Claire back in the cupboard.
It is La France!
It is La France, okay.
I mean, guys, I just want to play as France and hear Jon making bad French accents.
France is apparently very difficult, which also summarises its people rather nicely. So, there we flipping go. So, apparently we've got problems of, like, a great big massive debt. That's France there, by the way. Okay, do you think we can let Corsica go? Because that's...
No. I mean, yes, they won that. Yes. We definitely could because they won that. We could
just basically let Corsica go. So basically, we've got to get our approval rating to be in good shape right now. So right now, our approval rating is 50%. 50% approval to 50% unapproval. We have 20 points.
Unapproval. Really?
Huh? Okay, disapproval.
Yeah, thank you.
And we've got 16 quarters until the election. Every quarter representing a term. We have 20 implementation effort points. What?
But that make... So what, we have elections every 4 years?
Yes, you do.
No, we don't.
Yes, you do now. Well-known French newspapers, the Daily State, the Gazette Express, the Neutral Reflector, and the Informing Observer.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
Yeah, we actually get what the...
I love that. They didn't even bother to go and, like, pick up names of things.
Yeah, there is no Le Monde. So every 12th citizen is guilty of tax evasion. Claire... apparently. Where are the jobs is a question mark.
Yeah.
Where are the jobs? And will we ever pay back our debt?
Amazing.
We've also got, I think we've got some military conflicts. Apparently, France has been in Afghanistan since July 2001 and is using 2% of their military resources there, and is now also in Syria and has been in there since September 2014 with just airstrikes. So we could nuke Syria.
The chat is threatening revolt, riot, revolution. Guys, welcome to France!
Yay! Okay, first things first, Claire can help you with instructions on how to build a barricade, turn over a few cars, burn a bit of shit down, then get tear gassed in the face. It's a fun day out for everyone. France has no past military conflicts, which I feel like there's a bit of whitewashing of history going on there. France has been embarrassed of its speech, but no, there's been no war in France in the past. That didn't end badly for us, it's fine. And we've got no satellite states, apparently. We can start a new conflict anytime we want, including, if we want to, we can just nuke Germany. Which feels like, I feel like they deserve it. Like, even if, like, France were to nuke Germany at this point, like, Germany would still have started a war with France more often than France has started a war with Germany in the last century. Mm-hmm. So it feels like that would still be fair, though potentially an easier war would be nuking Luxembourg. Belgium. Belgium. Wait, what's the difference between Belgium? Where's the Netherlands? Are they technically not border France? Or are they too small to be in the game?
I mean, I know geography.
Hang on, is the Netherlands in here? Netherlands! We can cocking nuke Thomas! Yay! So if we want to, France can invade the Netherlands. We probably shouldn't invade the Netherlands right now. So yeah, those wars will carry on. We can put more military resources into those wars or decide to withdraw if we don't want to. So we can decide what to do there. We've got a whole bunch of data if we want to, what our approval rating is, population. There's actual dynamic population. Democracy doesn't actually have dynamic population at all. Democracy 3 has got, like, static population. So we can actually impact population if we want to. There's our income and expenditure. Claire, we've got a problem here. Why is France spending more than it's making? That's a problem, because the debt looks like it's going up, Claire, towards 3 billion euros. That doesn't feel that high at all, does it?
No.
Wait, that's 2,300 billion euros. Oh. That's worse. That's 2.3 trillion euros.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's worse. Okay, so
that's quite bad.
I was about to say we can just pay that back anytime. No, that's trillion. That's trillion right there, which is fine. And we've got GDP per capita, which is apparently good. Economic growth is good. Excellent. Unemployment, 10.10%. So probably we need to make more jobs. It feels like we need to maybe either cut spending or encourage growth.
Yeah.
So we need to sort out it feels like the biggest problem in France, because the crime rate's okay. Life expectancy is very good. It feels like the most important thing is the mortality rate is that emoticon. It's like, oh no, another person's dead. Mortality rate's fine, population growth is good, environmental destruction is good. Well, it's not, but it's low, which is good. Apparently infrastructure's not great. Shudder to think how bad England's infrastructure is in that case. So the way this basically works is if you want to go and like actually change something, then it's going to take a certain amount of effort to actually do. So you see there, like, as I change the tax rate, it uses up implementation points. So it's kind of a dynamic implementation point system. So if I want to get the sales tax up from 20% up to, what is it now? Is it apparently 20%? If I want to get that up to, like, 60%, I can do that, but it's going to take, like, literally all of my influence to do that, and also it's going to take ages to do. Or I could cut it, but even that takes points to do as well, if I want to basically abolish sales tax, for example. Claire, you know about taxes in France. Which taxes are, like, high or low in France?
I mean, taxes are pretty high in France in general.
Yeah.
We have a tax on extreme wealth.
Wealth tax?
Yeah, we have a
apparently you don't.
high income tax. Well, there is a fairly high tax on extreme wealth in France.
Yeah, but what's actually on?
It's on like
Oh, like personal assets, like it says there, or is it on something else?
Yeah, it's on personal assets. Like some things are excluded, but it's on like if you own mansions.
Oh yeah, it's really easy to implement. It's really easy to implement. We can whack it up to 75% for only 5 points right now.
Yeah, I think. I don't know what it's on now at the moment, but yeah, it's.
The problem is because we don't have one right now, we don't know what it's gonna make. Because right now it doesn't make anything.
It doesn't tell you.
Yeah, so we don't know what it's going to make until we actually do it. So do you want to just whack in a wealth tax?
Yeah, sure.
What percentage do you think the wealth tax should be at, Claire?
I think the wealth tax should be maybe we could do 50.
50% wealth tax?
Yeah.
Okay, Claire has just voted for 50% wealth tax. Excellent. Oh, that's going to be good. 50% wealth tax just been brought in. That's going to probably take some time to come in, so we'll keep an eye on that. Yeah. Oh, inheritance tax. We could put that up. Yeah. Because that's completely unearned income. So if we need to spend money to make... Oh, that's a bit more expensive to get at. We could whack it up from 20 to 30.
Yeah, we could do that.
Or we could actually... Yeah, we could use... Keep it at 10. We could whack it up by 8% and still have 10 implementation points left over. So we're starting off by putting up some taxes to basically get a bit more money in. The other way this game works is if you want to bring in or change laws, generally writing a new law takes, I think, 10 implementation points. Is that true? If I wanted to do that? Yeah, 10 implementation points. So if we want to literally bring in a new law, then it's going to take 10, and then changing it is dynamic. Oh, what's this one? Oh, the French really don't like it if you try and increase the working week.
Yeah, no, we don't.
They really didn't like that. Is that about right for
minimum
wage of about €11? Is that about fair?
I mean, I think the minimum wage should definitely go up.
Okay. Minimum wage. We can put it up a tiny bit. Oh, we can only put it up a little bit. It's quite difficult to put it up.
Well, but you can put it up a tiny little bit, like as a gesture of goodwill.
Yeah, but that's a lot of it. We could just introduce a new law in the same way.
Yeah.
Health insurance. Oh yeah, this is the French have the weird health insurance system.
Yeah, okay, so like when you go to the doctors,
yeah,
you have to pay, but then you get paid back. Like and there's a weird system.
And it's about 80% at the minute.
Of what? Of the cost?
Yeah, cost reduction. So I could whack that up to 100% cost reduction for relatively few points.
I think everyone should be covered.
Yeah, cost reduction? Yeah, okay, fine. So, okay, fine. Health insurance has been whacked up to 100%. And I'm guessing changing abortion law is going to be difficult. Actually, weirdly, it's really changed. Just want to whack it up to always allowed.
Well, yeah.
Okay, always allowed. Is it? What's France? Because it's defaulting to under circumstances.
No, I think the law is it's always allowed, but then it's always a bit difficult to actually like get it done. You know, because.
Fine. Well, it's always allowed now. That's fine. And your retirement age is 60 and 60. Is that up to date and accurate?
I should think
That's
so.
That's about
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, obviously it depends.
And unions are banned.
Oh yeah.
Actually, weirdly, I can do that. That's kind of weird. Apparently, with only 2 implementation points, I can ban unions.
Someone's sodding ban
unions. Ban. I feel it odd. I feel that should not be only 2 implementation points to ban unions. Unions should always be allowed. Fine. Okay. And okay, we could. Don't think we can bring in a new law. However, What else could we do to improve the economy? What could improve? Okay, you're right. Let's actually spend what's left just increasing minimum wage a little bit. Just a little bit. Just up to... I can get to 11.50? Yeah, 11.50 an hour. 11.50 an hour.
Yeah, no, I think that's good.
Okay.
As a starting
Okay,
point.
we've liberalised abortion rules. We've put up the minimum wage a little bit. We haven't abolished unions because Claire wouldn't let me. And we've made a few other, and we've made health insurance cover everyone. Now I think pretty much we've just basically introduced universal health care.
Yeah.
Broadly.
That makes sense.
That's fine. And we haven't actually made new laws. We've just tweaked the existing laws. And that's all our points used up. So now we figure out whether that's actually popular or not. And if it's not popular, what that's going to do. So now we just move the quarter forward. Yep, end this quarter and jump to the next one. And now it just simulates stuff. And we figure out how much we've just ruined France. Probably quite a bit. Notable headline, record fine for on tax evasion. That was close to a headline. So, most pressing issues, debt ratio very high right now. Approval rating, people tend to think the government's doing a good job. You didn't perform any PR. Oh, we should do PR to improve our approval ratings. Notable achievement, economic growth just fell massively. Down to 0.46, down 0.74%. Income just went up. Corruption rate fell a bit. Tax burden increased because we did, whack up a bit of taxes there. Yeah.
I don't think people understand what we're doing. What do people think wealth tax is? Because people are spamming John, President of the Rich in chat. That is not what you have done.
No, I've just basically said that you have to pay tax if you hold massive numbers of assets. If you're sitting on a big pile of assets, you need to pay taxes on it. But possibly it's because I just abolished the unions or tried to before you stopped me.
Yeah, but that was a joke.
Yes. That's totally a thing. Right, we should totally do some flipping PR. Yes, screw it. Apparently, as we haven't done much PR, I'm going to do a media stunt and public talks and interviews because is that free or is that? Oh, flip, we've only got 15 implementation points. Apparently people were not happy with us. But we'll improve our approval ratings by doing some stuff. Hang on, back to this. Approval rating has fallen to 47%. Unfortunately. Let's go over to the media here. Amount of debt in this country is intolerable. And let's admit we have a problem with the state of infrastructure. Is this the debt crisis already? Oh dear. We might need to take care of that. What's going on with that? The debt did just go up quite significantly. Up to 2.4 trillion. We've got money up. Now what I think we need to do is we need to get expenditure down, right? Mm-hmm. Now what if we just pulled out of literally all of our flipping military stuff? What if we gave up on all of our allies or whatever? Government spending, how much of that's on defence right now? If I go into defence. The Navy, the Army and the Air Force. If I was to just basically whack that down to nothing. Does France really use its military for anything?
I mean, yeah, a little bit, but...
Does 8 billion seem excessive to you?
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Apparently we could... Oh, wow, we can whack it to non-existent.
I mean...
Do you want to just cancel the military?
I always want to cancel the military.
Mm-hmm. Maybe we should just let them have completely insufficient. Okay, how much do we have to get down? What we have to get down is the gap. Hang on, go into...
Also, if you cancel the military entirely, isn't that going to create some unemployment for all the military people?
Yeah, but we could retrain them as ice cream salesmen. It'll be fine. What we basically need to do is we need to get 16 billion off expenditure. Okay, we've just got the income coming in a bit because we just introduced a whole bunch of taxes. We need to knock 16 billion off. So, unfortunately, even if we abolish the entire military, we're only halfway there. Because, actually, this would be way easier if we played as the US. We could just abolish the military and that would solve all the problems.
I mean, I think possibly you are having a bit of a simplistic approach. I don't think this is the kind of game
Oh, shit, no, it's 18 billion. Oh, if we just cancel the military, we've done it. So what we do is we lower the military to 2 billion. That's a lot of guns. How many guns could you buy for 2 billion? Search buy a gun on Google. No, don't. But I bet it's loads. Okay, hang on. Find me a Wikipedia article on military spending by nation. Find me that article and then figure out which countries have a military spending of about 2 billion per year.
Alright.
Is it per year?
List of countries by military expenditure.
Is this by... Oh, no, this is by quarter. That's by quarter. So spending per year would be 8 billion.
Okay, well, just a second. This says spending... I mean, presumably that's per year, but...
Yeah, I assume that's by year. Find me countries that spend 8 billion per year. Because if we feel like those are fine countries that aren't getting repeatedly invaded, I think that's fine for France to be 8 billion.
Okay, well, we don't have an 8 billion, but we have Indonesia at 7.7, and Oman at 9, and the Netherlands at 9.2, and Poland at 9.7.
In many ways, the Netherlands is a good country because it produced a Thomas.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
That's fine. We will just have France with a slightly...
China only spends 9.9 billion a year on...
What?
That's what it says. Republic of China.
The Republic of China is Taiwan!
Oh, yeah, I'm so smart. China is at number 2, and it's much higher than that. I was like, what? That's nonsense. Also, that's not the right flag. I was like saying it, and at the same time...
Oh, Claire. Right, well, I think we know what we're doing. Okay, we're going into defence, and we're going to lower this to about...
Every sodding time.
2 billion. That is completely insufficient. That's too much. We can't get away with that. The people don't like it. We can lower it to 9, which will make it insufficient, and that will close up the gap. Do we want to use all our implementation points? This basically just gutting the military this turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, gut the military.
Let's do it.
Yeah, that's fine. And we're also going to do a bunch of press to talk about how we're gutting the military. Next quarter, yes. Okay, so we've basically halved military spending. That hasn't closed up the deficit entirely, but I'm hoping that income will just... Latest poll, would you re-elect the government? 74% yes!
There you go!
That seems pretty good. Crime rate has improved, because now there's a bunch of soldiers who have nothing better to do than wander around shooting villains all day.
Yeah, that would be not good if that was a thing.
Yep. State of infrastructure out of control. Okay. Economic growth rate's apparently low right now, which is, it's dropped to minus 3.7%. The economy's actually contracting by 3.7%. But approval ratings, like, jumped up.
Can we create jobs?
Well, I think possibly, but it's quite difficult. Quite a lot of people have tried to do that over the years, and generally it's difficult to do. Okay, so the problem is, it looks like the actual income fell as well as the expenditure. Though the expenditure for the military is coming in, the income is also going down because growth is now negative. We need to figure out why is growth negative? What did we do wrong? Where's growth? Where's economic growth? That's...
Wow! That looks like the pound crashing after Brexit. It's so bad.
That's... Well, it's probably because the military counts as, like, it counts as economic activity, doesn't it?
I literally told you about all the military jobs.
Yeah, that's true. Unemployment's going further up.
All the military jobs.
Yeah.
Okay, so we need to figure out a way to sort out unemployment.
Yeah.
Because that's how we make the economy recover, is if people have money to buy things.
That's true. Okay, let's just go into laws and see if we can make a new law. Do we want to write a new law? What can we write as a new law that might create... What's going to create jobs? How do you make jobs?
Well, we
Gambling!
could spend money... John!
Gambling is an industry. That makes so much money.
Yeah, that's not good, though.
Yes, it is. It's fine.
Okay, what we could do...
Ban religion.
I mean, it is France, so they probably have done it at some point.
Yeah,
but,
fine. Yeah.
What we could do is spend money on, like, I don't know, government works and, like, you know, build housing and shit that people need.
Torture under all circumstances. No, okay, no torture under all circumstances.
You have to listen to me, or I will start playing the ukulele, and no one wants that.
That's even worse.
Maybe education or something
Education,
like that.
Yeah, we can put money in education. I mean, the problem is we're already spending too much money. But then we are taking money out of... I mean, education is going to cause it quite slowly. It's quite difficult to put in. Because right now we're putting in 90 billion a quarter. That's apparently already more than is needed. Education in France is pretty good.
I mean, sure.
I mean, we could whack it into... Hang on, yeah, right now we've got more than is needed there. And we could put just higher education up. We could just put up higher education. Because that will presumably increase stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, we're just going to slightly increase higher education.
Because when we played Democracy 3, we got good results by like improving science and that.
Yeah,
like,
and libraries are apparently
science.
well funded right now too. Oh, science, that's a good point. Yeah, science and the space program. Apparently France has a space program. How much is it going to cost to just... Yeah, shall we just whack up science into R&D?
Yeah, totally.
Let's double R&D budgets. Boom. That's going to work. And I don't think I can do any more press right now because I've just recently done press. So it wouldn't do that much. So I need to wait for press to recharge a bit. You can only do press so quickly. Right, let's see if that sort of... Shall we just pull out of all our military conflicts as well?
Yeah.
Can we just do all of that?
Yeah. There's definitely
Can we just... Oh, we can't do that. That's expensive to do.
Okay.
Can we just... Okay, what if we just nuke Syria instead?
No.
Nukes.
No nukes. No nukes.
France has got so many nukes it's never used for anything apart from blowing up turtles. Fine. Next quarter, we'll see if that's now fixed everything. Though I feel like investing in science is a bit of a slow burn situation. Though
That's fair.
We might get ourselves... Okay, economic growth improved.
Yeah, I can see literally no reason for that, but I'll take it.
Well, the thing is, I think it just collapsed briefly because we fired a whole bunch of people simultaneously.
Sure.
But now it's on the rebound a bit.
We've got jobs again.
Mortality rate is now very good because we did increase coverage of the healthcare system.
Sure.
Good news, everyone, crime rate is getting better.
Woohoo!
Your government is currently very much liked. Okay, we've whacked up higher education and R&D spending. The economy is actually just growing. Tiny bit. Debt ratio is very high, however. Yeah, the thing is, spending's just gone up. Because when you start spending money, you start spending it immediately. But when you cancel something, it takes time to cancel. Okay, if we're blatantly about to lose the election, can we agree that we're going to nuke the UK? Okay,
we're shaking on it.
If it feels like we're about to lose the election, we will immediately declare war on every major nation on Earth and nuke them.
Okay, that's not what we just shook on.
Yes,
we said the UK.
Yeah, but we'll also attack the US, Germany, everyone. We'll nuke everyone just to see what happens next.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Thomas just pointed out that if we nuke the UK, we're nuking Matt.
That's true. And us.
And Tabby.
Oh, don't Tabby! Okay, we can't nuke the UK, we'd nuke Tabby.
There you go.
Tabby would be scared.
Yes!
If we nuked Tabby.
Yes.
Only briefly, but she would be. Then she'd be a smear on the wall. Oh, here we go. The police get 7 billion, which is much more than is needed.
Whack it down to good.
Nuke the police. Nuke the police.
Okay, we're not nuking anybody.
Police.
Just put it down to good or something.
There we go. So we've basically... Apparently we've whacked... Yeah, we've whacked 60% of the police's budget. That's still sufficient. You have always said the police are pretty bloody well funded in France. There's a lot of police that do a lot of tear gassing a lot of the time. Apparently the prisons are also much more than what's needed.
I mean, it's not a bad thing to kind of invest public money and, like, say, the police in prisons and whatever. So that
and as we've got much less police, we'll need prisons even less because loads of people won't be caught anymore.
Sure, I mean, what I was gonna say is that it's much better to have, you know, state-funded police that can be like community policing,
yeah,
and stuff like that, rather than it being privatized.
Down, yeah.
But yeah.
Intelligence is probably not a bad idea, though, in today's modern world. No. Okay, so we've got that. What else have we got there? There's medical, there's hospitals is apparently insufficient. Physicians is adequate. Probably putting hospitals up a little bit wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, but it's going to be expensive to do just now. Yeah, we can get it to adequate. Let's get it to adequate. So we're putting a bit of money that we've just taken out of police into hospitals instead. Mm-hmm. Okay. So that's good. Now let's just see what that does. Yeah, and the cortex. Now we've just... Okay, so we've cut money out of the military. We've cut money out of the police. And we've tried to put it into science, education, and health. Is the opposition trustworthy? No, they are not, say most people. Excellent. Population growth just jumped.
Okay.
Well, probably because we've increased the hospitals. Public health's going up, so babies...
Yeah, people have confidence.
Good news, everyone. Life expectancy getting better. Okay, economic growth just plummeted again, but that always happens when you make big cuts, because that's basically just, we've just made a bunch of, that's just basically we've killed a bunch of people. No, not killed. Not killed. The other thing. Made unemployed.
Yeah.
It's just that will bounce back. The problem is expenditure doesn't really seem to be going down particularly fast, but income does seem to be kind of dropping a bit. Like, we've kind of made things worse rather than better. Right now, the approval rating's pretty good. But we're going to have to do some press at some point. Are we back to... Yeah, okay, we can do more interviews. We'll do more interviews about our let's fire all the police strategy.
Yeah.
Which apparently is going to have a positive impact on our approval ratings. And increasing the amount of the working week is quite difficult in France. Can we just whack it up by, like, 1 hour? 1 hour a week.
I mean, if you want.
Yay, 1 hour a week.
No
I
sense.
can't do 2. Right, just
Just
one extra hour. Look, if everyone puts in just 1 extra hour a week, it's going to sort out the economy.
Is it though?
Yes. Yes, it is. You just watch. You just watch the economy flipping bounce in a second. You just watch the economic bounce that's about to happen. Oh, look at that. Look at that. It is now rated okay, previously very bad. Now we just need to keep putting up, like, the working week.
No, we don't.
Okay, we don't need to get it up too high, but we can do it, like, a little bit more. Hang on, what if we just... Look at that! Look what I've just done! Look at how I've fixed the economy. Right there. How do we get rid of Corsica? Ooh, universal basic income.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
That strikes me as very expensive, though. Maybe we should have a surplus before we do that.
I mean, if you can manage to have a surplus before you do that, but it's a well-researched economic thing that, like, if people have more money to spend, it does improve the economy. So if they had universal basic income, even if it starts really, really low, like, it's been trialed in places and it works.
Do you actually want to do this?
Yeah.
Like, okay, how about just 10% of average income being paid to everyone?
Yeah.
Which will be, I think, like, about, like, I don't know, £2,000, £3,000 a year.
Yeah, I think that's good.
Okay.
Is that, like... Because you said laws cost, like, a flat rate, right?
Yeah, they cost a flat rate. We could make it 100... We could...
I'm sorry, did the law dictatorship
Sorry?
cost the same amount as universal basic income?
Pretty much.
That's amazing.
I think... Oh, actually, you know what? Let's find out. Let's go... Where's the law on dictatorship?
You would just, yeah, if you go down into justice, there's like a dictatorship one in the middle.
Dictatorship. Elections no longer have any effect on the formation of government. Okay, if we're about to lose the election, we do that.
And then nuke England.
And then nuke everyone. This will use... Oh, no, it costs 80 implementation effort points. So we really need to save up to abolish democracy. But if need be... Okay, I'm going to suggest gambling is going to make money for us. Okay? Gambling under...
But you didn't do the thing. You didn't do the universal...
Okay, if we do universal basic income this turn, and it bankrupts us, we get to do gambling next turn to salvage your mess.
Fine.
Okay, are you happy with 10%?
Yes, I think it's good.
You think that's good?
As a starter.
That's going to take 30 implementation points. Universal basic
Because
income
it's
is...
such a good idea.
Okay, let's do nothing this quarter, and we'll implement that next quarter, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. We're going to save up to introduce universal basic income. We're going to see how that gets modelled in this game. And would you say the government has weaknesses? No, there are no weaknesses in government. Boom! Public health has now been improving for 18 months. The people think the government's doing a good job. No major policies. Economic growth just fell a bit again. Economic growth's a bit up and down, but we've really come close to closing the gap here. The gap is so close to being closed at this point. It's really good. This is really, really good indeed. Approval rating's only at 49%, admittedly, which is a concern. So we might have to abolish democracy at some point. Okay, if I introduce the gambling law, because we can afford to do it now. Okay, okay. Always allowed, but with rather strict prosecutions attached to that.
Well, I'm sorry, but that just doesn't make sense. Like, you're allowing gambling, but you're saying you're going to persecute people gambling?
Well, I assume like under an age limit or something. Okay, fine. Under circumstances with strict laws if you break that.
Sure.
Yeah, gambling. Nice. Okay, so we've done that. Now I just need to, if we can just get the approval rating back up over 50%, I think we get 15 points. In which case, we can actually get the universal basic income in. But we're pretty much just we're spending a lot of time just trying to get Claire's universal basic income set up right now.
I mean, it's not like I came up with the idea, alright? Like...
Apparently corruption is getting worse. Corruption's not looking great right now.
It is France.
Approval rating is now dropped to... Okay, the approval rating is kind of in a bit of a bad situation. I think we need to put the UBI on hold for something popular. We need... Claire, look at the approval rating, Claire. Look at the approval rating. Okay, we need to do something that people like. Like now. What do people like? Could we introduce puppies for everybody? Specifically zoos.
Sorry, are you saying that you specifically don't want more money for the zoos?
Okay, fine. We'll put up the zoos. We'll put the zoos up a little bit. That more than is needed for the zoos. The zoos can have extra money, and next turn we'll... This is... Okay. UBI will hopefully, like, increase the approval rating because we're giving people money.
Yeah.
So that will work. Would you describe the work of the government as good? Only 18% of people are saying yes. We might need to save up, and also the government can't protect
the crime,
you from...
We need to do something about the crime.
Wait, what's going on with crime? In many ways, we shouldn't have cancelled the police.
Well, that was your idea.
Well, it was a good idea. Okay, what if we give people enough money that they can privately protect themselves with UBI?
Oh,
Claire,
okay.
You wanted the UBI. We need
I did want the UBI. I didn't want it for people to protect themselves.
Right. Universal. How much can we afford? Okay, if I just... How much is it for... Okay, we could introduce 100%.
No. Just leave it. I mean, I think 10 or 20, something like that.
20. Okay,
20
we need to be a bit more extreme here. I'm going to say 20% of average income. Right, boom. Now, I don't know what this is going to do. Tax burden looks best since 18 months now. Okay. Approval rating is now 14%. Population growth. Economic growth is still not looking great. That's hurt income.
Well, I mean, yeah, because we've spent money giving people basic income.
Yeah, but where do we see the benefit of that?
Well, it's going to come in a bit. Like, people are going to spend more money.
Okay, approval rating is people are not desperately thrilled with the free money they've been given. Unemployment rate is going up and up and up. Crime rate has just fallen a bit thanks to all the extra guns people can afford. Thanks to UBI, we've given everyone guns.
Sure. Well, I would say...
You want to get rid of guns?
I would like to get rid of guns.
No guns, extremely harsh penalties. Boom. There we are, let's get rid of some guns. It's 2020. There's only 7 quarters to the next election. I don't think we've got time to implement a dictatorship.
No, but we just need to try and do things that people like now. I think we could possibly...
Would you re-elect the government? 12% say yes.
Okay, but maybe we could put some police back.
We could put some police back. Well, why did we cancel them in the first place?
Because you wanted to. It was a bad idea.
It was not a bad idea. It said that there was more than enough police. It said there was more than enough.
Didn't you put it back? Didn't you put it down to like just barely enough or something?
Something like that. I forget. Government spending on defense, police. Wait, where's police? There we go. Completely insufficient. Okay.
Okay, but maybe you put it to good.
Okay, I'm gonna put it to... I can't. It's too expensive. But I can double it. I can make it a bit better.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna make it a bit better. You see, what we should have done is go to the US, because in the US they spend so much on military. We could have just cancelled the military and that would have been solved everything. Crime rate getting better.
There you go.
Thanks to additional police. So that's fine. Approval rating currently is 11%. What if we whack up public transport cost reduction to 100%, make all public transport free?
Ooh, that sounds good.
Yeah, boom. 10 implementation points. We're going to give that a go. People are going to like that. They've got to like that. And crime's going to keep falling. And now you can... On the train where someone's going to mug you...
There you go!
Is the opposition trustworthy?
Oh, shit.
No, is the opposition trustworthy?
Yeah, no, I just noticed.
Okay.
Anyway.
State infrastructure got to 80%. Good job. Environmental destruction's going down. Record fine on tax evasion. Your economy growth rate is very low right now. Okay. We could introduce stimulation to the economy, lower the tax burden or similar. The economy's in a lot worse shape than when we found it. A lot worse. And everyone hates us. And pollution's appalling. And crime is rampant.
Well, let's have a look at the police and prisons, because that is still completely insufficient.
I think the prisons is fine.
I think you'll find it's completely insufficient.
Okay, but we can just, like, put more people into, like, less...
Jon, just fix it.
I can get it to very poor.
That's good. good. That's good. We're working on it little by little.
Yeah, but it's going to take 10. Okay, fine. Right, that's just we're just going to put a bit more money into.
Okay, we need to have a look at the corruption. I think.
Corruption.
We have a lot of corruption.
We have corruption. Okay. Economic growth is now bad rather than very bad.
Woohoo!
That's good. Tax burden now improving for 30 months. Unfortunately, you need a rating of at least 50% to continue this government after the election. Or we could do PR and then abolish democracy.
I mean, I'm not sure we can abolish democracy. Doesn't it cost a lot of money?
Yeah, but I'm going to do a great big PR blitz right now as a desperate attempt to do that. Okay, government. The problem is it's easier to abolish spending than to actually to rein it in.
Obviously.
Yeah. Police is right now very poor. Prisons is completely in. It's so expensive to get prison spending up because it's not popular because it's prisons.
Yeah.
Police is a little bit easier to whack up. Okay. Okay, just enough. What if I give them literally just enough?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And then we spend the remainder on a tiny bit of prisoning.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Now after that, if we can just get a tiny bit of approval back off that, we need to spend everything else on stuff people like. Okay. We just need to. Would you say government has weaknesses? No. Okay, fine. That's interesting. Tax burden is improved. Okay. Life expectancy. Why is no one doing anything to improve it? We've invested in health a bit. Economic growth is actually positive. And that's stabilised. But expenditure's going up and up and up because of UBI. And I'm not sure we're seeing any benefit from UBI.
Well, I mean, you can get rid of it if you want, but it just...
We spent a lot. Okay, so approval rating just swung... Actually, approval rating just swung way up, probably thanks to PR. We might be able to survive this election. Possibly.
Okay, can we do anything about the corruption?
Where's corruption?
I don't know.
Is it on here? Corruption rate. Okay, so corruption rate is currently at about 90% corruption. Okay.
I mean, I don't even know how we achieve 90% corruption.
Yeah. Well, we abolished the police. So no one was keeping an eye on it anymore.
Yeah, but I don't really know, like, what that even manifests as. Never mind.
Yeah. Okay, basically what we've learnt is the police have a reason to exist.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's... We've learnt that.
So can we do anything in laws about, like, the corruption?
Anti-corruption laws. I think there is one. I think there is an anti-corruption law somewhere. Anti-corruption.
Yeah.
Okay, whack it up to very strict.
Yeah.
Screw it. Boom. That might at least do something. Right, now just see. Probably the approval rating is going to fall now because that was a PR blitz that bumped up to 33%. And the problem is we're not getting points fast enough. Would you describe the work of the government as good? Yes, is up to 40%.
Pretty good.
Corruption rate looks best, okay, since 12 months. Approval rating has just gone up to 40%.
Nice.
Economic
the election?
In one quarter.
Okay. So we just need to do something else good.
We need to find one law that literally everyone loves and also do literally all of the PR. Even if it's not going to be necessarily that effective, we just need to do literally all of that. We need to introduce one law that everybody loves. We could do what the game is suggesting and just like basically do a big tax reduction. We could also we could just lower income tax to nothing.
Well, could we maybe lower income tax a tiny bit and then lower VAT a tiny bit?
Yeah, we could. We could lower income tax like a little by 5%.
Yeah.
And sales tax could go down by 5% too.
Yeah, that makes a huge change. And then what do we have in?
Then we've still got 5 points. What's social security dues? Is that like the equivalent of national insurance contributions for France?
Yeah.
Do you want to whack that down?
Well, I mean, we kind of need that.
Oh,
have a look at corporate tax. We can whack it down a bit, just not too much.
Time to see whether that was enough to survive. Attention, there are elections. By continuing the election process will be started. Start the elections. We've just cut your taxes. We've given you all a massive giveaway. I think we just won in a landslide because we cut everyone's taxes. Okay, now we need to put the taxes straight back up again.
No, come on.
We need to put the taxes straight back the cock up again. Tax burden's been significantly reduced, but that's probably going to knacker everything. Okay, yeah, we got a 30% swing in approval rating by cutting everyone's taxes. Would you believe everyone was happy about the fact that changed? Which is good. Unfortunately, debt to GDP ratio is now at 200%. When we inherited it was 100%. I think we've doubled the debt or something.
Amaze.
Yeah, amaze.
Alright, we need to try and fix
We've
that.
really fucked the income of the country, Claire. I think this is the problem here. Economic growth is stuck at -5%.
Yeah.
How do we get
how do we
economic
fix that?
growth up? Chat, tell us how to get economic growth up.
Some people are saying legalize drugs,
Yeah.
lower pensions, cut the military and reduce the welfare state and privatize some industries. Let's not do that. That sounds terrible.
We could kill people who disagree with us.
No.
Death penalty allowed under all circumstances.
No.
How much would that cost?
No.
Only 10! We could implement death penalty under all circumstances. Like,
No.
if a misdemeanors.
No.
That would work.
No, it wouldn't.
Okay, it probably wouldn't work. Okay, what if we just cut universal basic income down to 10%?
Yeah.
Yeah, it still exists, but we're going to lower it a little bit.
Yeah.
Because in many ways, like, we might have put it a bit high.
Yeah.
That'll...
Because you said 10 and then you put it up to 20s.
Yeah, let's reduce it to 8. Let's get that just to 8 instead. Then, I think increasing the minimum wage helped a bit last time.
Yeah.
But it's
We
quite...
can't really do loads of it, but we can do it little
30,
by little.
yeah, 30 cents.
Yeah.
30 cents together with a bit of increased investment in the prison system. And just an extra 30 cents there. That's probably going to hurt the growth more, isn't it? Because it probably just means there's going to be less jobs. But approval rating is now at like 90% or something. Life expectancy is going up. Mortality rates going well. Population growth is slowly tanking upwards. Corruption is going down. Tax burden is just looking okay. It's been worse than what? GDP per capita. How are we going to... Okay, let's look at that one. GDP per capita. How do we change that? Because that keeps going down. Standards of living is suffering on account of that.
State of the infrastructure.
Infrastructure.
Can you look at that?
State of the infrastructure. It's okay.
It's okay.
It's alright.
So we've been doing well.
Yeah,
but I don't really
infrastructure's
know.
alright. Well, didn't we spend some extra money on trains or
we did,
something?
yeah.
I think we did.
Let's where can we spend more money on stuff?
Education's very good. Public health is going up and is good. So we increase spending in hospitals. Tax burden's less than it used to be, which should help the economy up a bit. Interest rates, that looks really high. Military strength is poor, but I don't care. Life expectancy 70. That's definitely fallen since we took
let's
over.
look at the unemployment rate.
That has been ticking up.
Ooh, that's a lot.
That's 16% unemployment.
Ooh.
Surely we just need jobs.
Yeah, that's what we should try and figure out.
If you could keep corruption under control, it will probably then increasing the tax rate would lead to more money. But instead, it's just going to increase corruption because we don't have the police or the intelligence to counteract the corruption. So I'd say we lower it to 15, which is just below like the European average and kind of in line with ERA, which might help. If we need jobs in a hurry...
I mean, sure, Google might come to us now.
If we just lower that like crazy, it'll create some jobs. It will create some jobs, but we can also lower sales tax a bit. Lower sales tax.
I mean, that is good for everybody.
Yeah, that's pretty much good for everybody for the most part. And then we still have... Then we'll just save 3 parts. I just want to see what that does at this point.
But I think possibly you can look at like stuff like drugs in the taxes though. There might be like
Okay. Public health has just gone up, which is good. Public health is ticking up here. GDP per capita is getting worse, unfortunately. Where do you think drugs are?
I was wondering if in taxes, in government, there was a... Oh, no, there isn't.
There's tobacco tax.
Coffee tax? How dare you!
Coffee tax, 175% tax on coffee.
No.
Claire doesn't want tax on things she enjoys. Claire wants tax on things she doesn't use. And tax.
Alright, but it's not drugs, it's coffee. It's fine.
It's pretty much a drug. It's just a legal drug.
Yeah, but it's like not nearly as bad as alcohol in terms of a legal drug.
Okay, let's get prisons up to just enough for prisons, and then everything else into police. Okay, police can have good. They can have the highest we can get away with for good. There we go. Good spending on the police.
Yeah.
And prisons just about enough. and more than needed in intelligence, but we need to get them.
Can prisons not be put up at all?
But yeah, then we wouldn't have enough to do a new law.
Oh, okay.
Do we want to do law? Okay, we can come back to it, but let's look at the laws first.
Okay.
Because is there a new law we could bring in that might help with any of this? Like a small
business subsidies?
Small business subsidies. 1% of the entire thing to go into small business subsidies. Let's get jobs created. Okay? Jobs created. Like, at this point, we've whacked down corporation tax. We've given subsidies to small business. We've lowered corporation tax. Like, I feel like at this point... Okay, economic growth is apparently ticking up, but it's pretty slow.
Yeah.
Corruption is falling, which is good. Unemployment rate getting worse for 45 months straight. Shit, I think I introduced a coffee tax.
Jon, how dare you!
I didn't mean to. Did I introduce a coffee tax? Did I introduce the coffee tax? No, it's not there. I think it's just because I clicked on it. It's fine.
Oh, God.
Okay, so right now let's just quickly go over to the debt situation. The debt is getting worse. It's just past 4 trillion euros. Old people are not economically productive.
Old people have contributed their entire lives.
Yeah, but they're not contributing now, are they?
How are you going to make people pay for any kind of social security contributions now if they are not going to have retirement benefits later?
They're not going to be told. We're not going to tell them. We're going to tell them there's going to be like stuff like that, and then we just send in the killbots. The killbots will deal with the old people. That's what we'll do. We'll just do that. Is that acceptable? No.
No.
Could we blame all our problems on Corsica and then invade Corsica as like a distraction? I mean, technically, we're actually going to win the next election. We're at 100% approval rating right now, which is really good.
So we have time to fix it. Can we stop our military conflicts? Are they costing money?
Well, we're only committing 3% of our military to them. The problem is more that there is a big pile of military, which I think we could probably reduce a bit. Actually, I think we already did.
We started with that.
Yeah, and that's actually had no negative consequences. Working time. Okay, last time we increased working time, that did have a positive impact.
Okay, fine.
I'm just saying, maybe we get France up to a 40-hour week.
Can you do that?
Yep, just. 41, in fact. That way, businesses have an incentive to come to France because they know they're going to get an extra hour a week out of their people.
40 is fine.
40 is fine, okay, fine. I'm going to move France up to a 40-hour week, which I'm amazed is so easy to do.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Legal work. What's the minimum working age?
Minimum working age, 16 for restrictions, 18 for anything. I'm just going to spend 2 points I'm just going to take 10 cents off the minimum wage. Okay? Now this has got to fix the economy. This has got to fix the economy. Okay? It's possibly not going to be popular. Do you think another party could do a better job than the government? No, don't know. Literally no one said yes.
That's very strange when we just literally lowered the minimum wage.
Okay, crime is like... Back to crime here, because crime is probably back to close to what it was when we began.
Hey, let's not forget the fact that if you go to economic growth, it looked like it had risen a tiny little bit.
It's still at -6%. I've just lowered Claire's wealth tax from 50% to 15%. So I don't know, but notice we did that. At that point, income started tanking. So I'm going to see if we lower that, whether that's going to help. I'm going to slightly cut income tax as well to stimulate the economy.
Was it on 30?
30.
Yeah.
Just going to cut it down by 2%. If we're right, this might cause a bit of a jump. Because the problem might have been the wealth. Okay, mortality's looking good. Shadow economy is falling over time. Corruption is falling. Public health is going up. This is all good, but the problem is we're just not sorting out the growth issue. Hang on, economic growth still at -6.
That's so weird.
Still at -6. It just seems to be kind of stuck where it is right now. Let's just invade Luxembourg, and then we're going to get to Thomas. Basically, we're going to go and capture Thomas. That'll distract people from problems at home. The invasion of Luxembourg. Yes. Yes. Soon we will win. We've started military conflict with Luxembourg. Make sure you monitor it. Would you re-elect the government? Absolutely 100% of people would. They really hate Luxembourg. The crime rate's improving. People now know that what happens when you mess with us. Yeah, corruption rate's going down fast. Luxembourg at war with us is how the Daily State decided to actually report on that. Right, now we just begin the airstrikes and nuclear bombardment of the Netherlands simultaneously. There we go. 20 points to implement that. Beautiful. Commencify the nuking of the Netherlands. We're coming for you, Thomas. We've got Luxembourg. We've won Luxembourg, and we have begun the situation there. Infrastructure's going up. The mortality rate locally is improving. The mortality rate in Luxembourg's not looking so hot. The international community was watching in horror as you used a nuclear weapon in the military conflict with the Netherlands. A worldwide outcry went through the international media. It is advisable not to nuke the Netherlands again. I don't care. The top headline when the day we nuked the Netherlands was uplifting, shadow economy improving for 42 months.
Woo!
And also
We're doing so great.
And also nuclear apocalypse in the Netherlands. This is marvellous. If we just save up some points, we can set up a dictatorship in France, and then we don't need to worry about these pesky elections anymore. Crime rate is falling. Life expectancy is going up. Employment rate getting worse, admittedly. But we have Uh-oh. As a reaction to our recent nuking of the Netherlands, a group of other countries has launched a nuclear strike on us. Paris has been destroyed and the government has fallen. Apparently... Shit, the Netherlands won that war!
Thomas whooped your ass!
Thomas actually just won. The war against the Netherlands is over. France has fallen, the Netherlands, though nuked, has survived.
Thomas says, fuck you, Josh.
Yay! We nuked everything. Right, we're going to have a very brief break now. Then we're going to show you how to fix the USA, which is going to be much easier. Much flipping easier. We're going to fix the USA. So, that is coming up imminently. We'll be back in a few minutes. This is the face of death, okay? This is what my sudden death looks like. Do not engage before we arrive. Do not engage. What are you doing? I specifically said don't. Oh, no.
No, John.
Oh, he likes that. The Romans touched me.